Welcome to Halifax. You're looking live inside the Homburg Center on the campus of St. Mary's University. It's the 2022 Peace Tournament Men's Division Final. The O2 All-Stars versus the Underdogs. Good afternoon, everyone. Alongside Mark Parker, Vince Williams on hand. And this contest between these two teams, Mark, puts a matchup between these two teams that are very familiar with each other in regards to what schools they played with, what high school, university, what playground, what local gym. Most of these guys that are competing against each other this afternoon are very familiar with each other on all of those levels.
That's the key, Daniel. I mean, everybody knows one another. And what it comes down to mano on mano. I mean, it's not going to be a lot of one-on-one stuff, but both teams know one another. It's a type of tournament whereas you got to say, like, you know, hey, my best against your best. What you bring to the table, what I bring to the table. And that's the thing you like about this.
So we'll throw it down to the public address announce for the national anthem, and we'll have the starting lineups shortly here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Powerful and beautiful rendition of Sing Every Song, Lift Every Voice, the Black National Anthem. Lift Every Voice right there here at the Homburg Center for this final of the Peace Tournament, the 2022 edition. Alongside Mark Parker, Vince Williams on hand, and they're going to continue to warm up here, but before we went to the Black National Anthem, Mark, these two teams, we mentioned how familiar they're going to be with each other, and it's going to come down to which team really wants it and which team can defend and rebound on the other end, because both of these teams are loaded with talent.
Yeah, that's the key. The key thing is defend. How many times are you going to let them have 2-3 shots at the net? And if you can limit them to one shot, maybe at best 2 shots, you got a chance to win it. But if you're giving up 3, 4, 5 shots of possession, at some point in time, they're either going to score or they're going to foul. And that's the thing. And, you know, when I watched these teams play yesterday, That's one thing that both teams had in common. They didn't give up second and third shots at the net. They were able to get it out, get it down the floor, and both teams can sprint, not run. There's a difference between sprinting and running. Both teams can sprint.
And I was just about to mention that they are loaded in the backcourt. Both of these teams have some outstanding guard play, and that's going to be a focal point in the winning and losing decision of this game.
Well, you've been around basketball, Dan. You know that if you got good guard play, more than likely, you got a real good chance of winning. If you don't have good guard play, you might be in trouble just a bit. But when you come into a tournament like this, and everybody knows one another, and they haven't played together very much, you got to understand guard play is very, very important. And if you get good guard play, you got a real good chance of winning.
And there's some very good guards on both sides as the O2 All-Stars. If you look at their lineup, you're looking at a lineup that is loaded with lots of AUS talent, sprinkled in with some NCAA Division I talent. Keontae Beals headed to St. Avex. J-Rel Diggs, who's already here at St. Mary's University. But Kellen Tynes, a very highly recruited player from RNS,
yes.
Rosse Netherlands Academy in New Brunswick, went to Montana State, coming off a berth at the NC2A tournament, March Madness, takes his game down I-95. He's headed to University of Maine Black Bears, where he'll get a whole lot more time and the ability to show his abilities to put the ball on the floor and put the ball in the basket.
The thing you got to understand about Kellen doesn't play to his size. Kellen plays bigger than what he is, and he makes great decisions. And you know what? That's one of those things, Daniel, that it's not that you have it when you first start playing, but he's been around basketball enough, and he makes great decisions, especially when you're playing pickup basketball, right? You think the guy might be open. I watched Kellen play yesterday. Not one of his passes did he put the guy who received the basketball in a bad position. The guy who got the basketball was in a good position, either ready to score or to attack the basket.
And not to miss the Underdogs and their talent. You look at Marcus Upshaw, a guy who went to Acadia University, was an all-star and team MVP, took his game to Toronto Metropolitan University last year. He'll transfer back into the AUS, and he'll take his talents to Antigonish, the St. Avex, and he'll be an opportunity to get a chance to play for head coach Tyrell Vernon.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you just want to be able to play, and coaches, if they come after it, they know what they're getting. So that's the thing.
And there's Marcus Upshaw. He gets into the body of Kyrie Thompson. Thompson will pick up his first personal.
And that's Kyrie Thompson from Dartmouth High. From what I understand, he's supposed to be going to Holland College.
Kyrie Thompson, very familiar, as you mentioned, Mark. Three-time provincial champion, undefeated with the Dartmouth High School Spartans. Power pumps in the lane, can't get it to go. Ball's loose and it's picked up. Here comes the O2 All-Stars. Keontae Beals crosses over Power, gets inside. Tough shot, can't get it to fall, and Alex Muse, the former Acadia Axeman, clears the boards, but he'll turn it over as he tried to find Dondre Reddick, who will go back to St. Avex, another guard who's very physical. He can get it done on both ends of the floor. A local product out of Antigonish.
See, now that's what I'm talking about. See the pass that Kellen made, put the guy in a great position, catch the basketball. He just didn't finish the play off, but that's what Kellen does.
Jace Colley couldn't finish. Plays for the St. Mary's Huskies, and Kellen Tynes is tied up by Rome Power, and we saw Power, his tutelage at Acadia for the Axemen. He's a good defender on the other end. He may not be the quickest at his height and size, but he does give the effort on the defensive end.
Very, very strong individual. Very strong individual. He plays bigger than what he is.
And that three is good for Keontae Beals, and I'm not sure if that's the proper adjustment to go under that pick and roll as Beals knocks down the first field goal of this contest.
Usually you have a two-shot rule as far as going underneath. If the guy knocks down the first one, you give him the second one. He knocks down the second one, no more under. You got to get over.
Power finishes on the second chance. That opens up the scoring for the Underdogs. Here's Tynes.
See, that's what I'm saying about Power. Power is stronger and more physical than what he looks.
Tynes gets inside, he flips it up and in. He has a few choice words to his opponents, and we're going to see that all afternoon long.
That's the thing about the Peace Tournament. Smack will be talked.
Hughes, he'll swing it to Power. Here's Reddick. Reddick trying to take Beals off the bounce to pull up a little too strong. And that's rebounded by Inyinda, who will play here at St. Mary's, and counted in one. Nice take to the rim by J-Rel Diggs, also very familiar with this court. Play here at St. Mary's, and counted in one.
Yes,
nice
he has
take.
A pretty good idea what this court's all about. Strong move, took it towards the net. Put it up strong. The old saying, you start strong, finish strong. And that's what he did, finish strong, and he gets rewarded with the old-fashioned three-point play.
So he'll go to the line to look to complete that three-point play. Rims in and out. Cauley comes up with the rebound. Muse for three. Muse can't get it to fall. Alex Muse, a very good three-point shooter. Here's Upshaw. He'll throw it into the corner for Muse again. That won't go. A third chance coming up as Ife Chikwe, and Chikwe can't get it to go. Chikwe plays for the Dalhousie Tigers, the defending AUS champions. Kind of in a reload are the Tigers, Mark. Losing two perennial All-Stars and All-Canadians in Alex Carson and Kevan Vino.
Yeah, they're going to be tough again. You know what I mean? That's full credit to Rick Plato, and he's established his culture, and you know that's who they are. They're a hard-nosed basketball program, and it's evident when you see their players play. So, but the thing about this, Daniel, so you got to understand too. Also, sometimes is that when you get in this tournament, it gets man on man, and everybody thinks it's just one on one. It's just one on one. It's not one on one. Believe you me. I mean, there'll be some passes made. There'll be some plays made, and sometimes this game gets played above the rim in relation to these guys playing over here, right?
So Reddick goes 1 for 2. Early lead here for the O2 All-Stars, 7-3. That's in and out. No good for Diggs. Upshaw with the rebound. Here's Upshaw trying to take Thompson off the bounce. Little help from behind by Tynes. Chikwe with the rebound. Second chance coming up again for the Underdogs, and it looks like Keontae Beals will be called for the reach as he tried to sneak in there and steal it from Cauley.
Yeah. Great defensive thought, trying to steal the basketball, but unfortunately banged the body with Jason. The referee calls it so.
Here's Cauley, and he'll get the teardrop to go. So Jace Cauley able to get that to go down. Cauley, a very good scorer, plays for St. Mary's as well. Outstanding campaign is Cauley.
Yeah. Just blocked the shot last time down. Jarrell's looking, like I said, break him down, pass.
That's a bad play there by Diggs. Turnover. Here comes Upshaw. Upshaw back the other way, and he'll lay it up and in. Nice move there by Upshaw.
There's one thing they'll say about this. They will attack the basket. They will not be shy of the basket. They will attack the basket.
Back the other way. Nice play there.
Old-fashioned pick and roll, D.
And as Jackson goes straight to the hoop. And he'll play at St. Mary's as well. St. Mary's in kind of they're loading up here. His teammates he almost able to come up with that block shot is Inyinda. He's like, we used to do this in practice. We're going to do this now.
Yep.
And it's for a championship instead of for bragging rights and maybe some playing time.
Well, there's some university coaches here. I've seen a couple university coaches, so they're looking. Some of their players are playing, so forth and so on. Even though the season won't start until they get to school, but they're looking just to see what they're doing.
So Jakes will knock down the first of two, and he'll hit the second. He's up to 4 now. Win this tournament, you split $10,000. So something's on the line. It's just not bragging rights. It's a lot of money.
I was about to go to the store and get some A535 and try to get back into this thing. Daniel,
there's a few of these players former players at a very high level. Nice move there to the hoop. Able to finish with the left hand is Shea Brown.
That's what I'm talking about, Daniel. They will attack the basket. That's the thing about both these guys.
3 balls, no good. Brown again. Here's Kendall Simons. Simons can't finish. Reddick came up with the rebound. Brown looking for the over the back, but it will be foul on Brown. And that'll be his first, and they will be over the limit. It appears to be, and they should be shooting 2, and that's exactly what's going to happen right now.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson, probably the lead official. He noticed it, so he put up 2 fingers, so it's most definitely they are shooting.
Brian State's out there as well, part of the 3-person official crew this afternoon as Reddick hits the first. All of these shots are very important when there's money involved.
Tell me about it.
And he'll go 2 for 2 on his second trip is Reddick. He'll check out. Power will come back.
So I'm trying to figure out, okay, there's 9 guys on one team, and there's 9 guys on it. So at least I think that's allows at least $1,000 for each person. So, if you'd have told me I'd make $1,000 playing basketball on the weekend, definitely.
You have to divide that by 5 games because this will be their 5th game in this tournament.
Yep.
Last touched by the O2 All-Stars. The Underdogs will inbound. Chikwe. The Smith, Jaden Smith, former standout for St. FX for the X-Men. Pick and roll. Jumper's no good. Brown with the rebound, and Brown will race back the other way. Brown will cross over Chikwe. He'll lose the handle. Picked up by Diggs, his teammate. Kellen. Tynes spins, and that's a tough shot there by Kellen Tynes.
That's what being an NCAA basketball player is all about. You know what I mean? Just finishing the play off, start, move, finish strong, get the basket.
Gatlick James with the turnover. Simons for 3. That's no good. James with the rebound. Here's Chikwe. Power into the corner. Blows by Simons. Simons with the reach. Almost got away with it. And Kendall Simons will pick up the reach and foul. And Power will go to the line to shoot a pair.
That could be a key factor in the game today too, Daniel, is how many times these teams go to the foul line. You know what I mean? And it's free throw. You knock them down, easy baskets. Next thing you know, they add up.
Right now, the Underdogs are getting the bulk of their points from the charity stripe, and it's been good to them. See, knocks it down. They are perfect. No, they missed one, and I didn't want to jinx them, but they already missed one, but they're near perfect here. Tynes again with the tough shot. Can't get that to fall. Here's James with the rebound. Smith inside. Nice pocket pass. Blows the wide open layup, and the putback is there for Peter Moses. Inside, and foul from behind is Diggs. And Diggs will go to the line to shoot 2.
And the thing about that play is Kellen came down the floor under control, took his time, looked him off first time down. Second time he caught him underneath the neck, gave him a pass he could use, and then, consequently drew the foul. That's what I'm saying about Kellen. Kellen doesn't put you in a bad position when you catch the basketball, especially on the offensive end of the floor.
Diggs will go perfect from the stripe. And knotted up at 15 apiece. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the opening frame. Nice pass inside. Good catch there. Putback's no good. And finally finished there by Connor Keefe.
Played the Moses Malone game. Three rebounds, stat build up, then you finally knock the third one down. So
Connor Keefe coming out of the OUA, played for Queens University. The Gales, James for three. Can't get it to fall. And put it up and in. Good follow there, by Trey Smith. So foul called. Just trying to sort out the lineups here. It's kind of hard to see the uniforms from our broadcast area.
Yeah.
You're leaving all the heavy lifting to me. That's Gatless James on the other end.
I'm trying to see the numbers. The white numbers are on the orange uniforms. You can't see them too well. The orange numbers on the gray uniforms you can pick up. It's the white numbers I can't pick up. I need my glasses.
So Gatless James down the other end. We'll get it right. We got lots of time to go in this final. 2:14 remaining in the first quarter. 3 more to go, and we got a long way to go in this matchup. 2 evenly matched teams on paper and throughout this tournament.
Yep.
It's been a tough roll for both of these teams. 2-2 in the first 4 games. It wasn't easy. Here's James off the bounce. Power, pump fake, pull up. Can't get it to go down, and Tynes comes up with the rebound. Here's Tynes now. Simmons for 3, and that's in and out. Smith came up with the rebound. Outstanding defensive play by Diggs.
Jerry Well knocked it off James' knee and stair ball underneath. See if Kellen gets the basketball. We'll see what he does.
Kellen draws the double. Wide open is Shea Brown for 3. Yeah. That won't go. Trey Smith with the rebound, a second chance, and he'll lay it up and in. So there's Trey Smith, number 6 for the O2 All-Stars, and he'll cut the lead to 1.
He's in there, he's doing what we call horsing. He's just in there banging bodies, getting the rebound, offense rebound. He's horsing. That's an old school line,
And how important is it for these guys to be part of this type of game? And the game of basketball has evolutionized where the three-point shot has basically formed into how mostly every team in their makeup looks like.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, the thing about the three-point shot, it can make you laugh and it can make you cry in relation to it. You got some people who can knock it down, then you got some people who can't knock it down, and that's the thing about the three-point shot. You bang one, then everybody thinks, okay, well,
right.
I'm going to take my time and take my turn. And to steal a line from Jeff Van Gundy, it can be fool's gold sometimes.
So a foul on the other end. Connor Keefe will go to the line to shoot a pair as the Underdogs have been in the penalty for pretty much most of this quarter. And Keefe will knock down the first. We've been around basketball a very long time, coaching at the high school level, and my philosophy is this. I like the three-point shot, but I love the layup.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And you know what game has suffered is the mid-range game. The mid-range game has suffered. And, when you watch the NBA Finals, I don't like to go that high, but everybody loves what Steph Curry does. Everybody loves what Klay Thompson does.
But not everybody can do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tynes unable to get it to fall. Here's Gatlett James. Power now. Difference of 30 seconds in the shot clock and game clock in this first quarter. Here's James off the bounce, takes Brown, baseline, tough shot, and Gatlin James with the left hand finish.
Nice finish, D. Went underneath the net, brought it up to the other side. Didn't go out the backboard, just put it right over in front of the rim.
5-point lead here for the Underdogs. Difference of 5 seconds on the shot clock and game clock. Nice move right back to Shea Brown as he takes James off the bounce and finishes with the left hand too.
Attacking the basket. Attacking the basket. That's what it is.
Got to throw it up. Under 5 now. James trying to take it. Stolen by Tynes. Tynes got to hurry. At the buzzer. And does it count?
No.
They're conferencing, trying to get a decision here. The lead official, Brian States, was right there at the rim. Robbie says no. They canceled it off, so it doesn't count for Tynes, but it's a 3-point lead.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to say I don't think it was done before the clock went off.
So 10 minutes in the books here at the Hamburg Center in this men's final of the 2022 Peace Tournament. The Underdogs leading this one 23-20. It's the pace right now, not where it would usually be, as both of these teams, they played against each other in the round robin, and they're kind of feeling each other out right now at this moment.
See, the first quarter is always touch and feel. You know, you're touching about where you're at, you're trying to find out where you're at, and trying to get a feel for it. And the other thing is, in the back of your mind, you know what you're playing for. You know, you're not playing for a trophy. You know, you're playing for some money. So, I mean, you know, that's the thing. And I'm not saying that money is the final answer, but, you know, it's there.
It's a motivator.
Yeah, it's there.
It's a motivating factor. You know, bragging rights are there too, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast. But that cash reward at the end, and that makes it unique, that there is a cash reward for the winner.
That's it. That's it.
Here's Muse. As the Underdogs will start with possession. Muse, Upshaw, Reddick, and Colley's out there for the 0-2 All-Stars. And the 3 ball is good. Reddick knocked down the 3. Now, if he can develop that part of his game, look out. Wide open layup there for Trey Smith. He'll blow the layup.
You know, you got to make those count. You got to make those count when you're that wide open. You got to make them count.
Here's Upshaw. Reddick will try his hand. Back-to-back threes. Why not? Puts it in as Reddick starts this quarter. Couple 3 balls wide open, but if you leave a guy with that type of 3-point shooting ability, he's going to knock him down.
Well,
Top shot off the glass as Diggs responds.
Yeah, they needed that basket because, you know, they came down and hit 2 threes, so they needed it. Let's see if he goes for a third one. No.
Reddick with the pull-up, left it a little short. Smith comes down with it. He'll leave it there. Picked up by Tynes. Tynes races to the rim, and he's rejected by Colley.
Yep.
Muse now. He'll rip it away. They have numbers in transition. Reddick right into the body of Simons. Can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound, and he'll put it back up and in.
And Andre's feeling it. You know, they're going to him, and he's feeling it. So you can see his intensity is up.
He's got a quick 8 points in this quarter for the Underdogs as they extend their lead to 9, and that's the largest. As we'll have a substitution here. As Thompson will come in, Tynes will sit down. Right now, the Underdogs are doing a good job of neutralizing that speed and the run-out ability of the quick hitters of the 0-2 All-Stars. Upshaw. Chikwe, tough shot forced in the corner there by Brown. That won't go. Now here comes Thompson. He'll bring it over the timeline. Let's see what Kyrie's got. Kyrie off the pick and roll. Nice pass. Can't finish at the rim. Jackson, and it'll be a, not sure what the stoppage here. There'll be a whistle, no doubt. As we'll stay with the Underdogs. As Brian states, the trail official blew it dead, but nevertheless, it will stay with the Underdogs. Upshaw will bring it over. Down low to Colley. Colley's bumped. Didn't matter, and he'll finish off the glass over his teammate.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know why they stopped and didn't make a pass, and the guy scores a layup.
Stripped by Chikwe, and the last touch by Chikwe, and will stay with the O2 All-Stars. 11-point lead here for the Underdogs. That's their largest. Brown will inbound, and he'll throw it into the bench of the Underdogs, as it looked like Kyrie Thompson wanted a foul. Didn't get it, and another turnover committed by the O2 All-Stars. And let's see if Reddick will knock down a wide open jumper, and he is really knocking it down here.
Somebody's hot, and I think you better take a timeout.
A timeout call by Paul Glasgow. Buzzer, no stoppage though.
No stoppage. They won't stop it.
And Brown will draw the foul on Colley, but right now DeAndre Reddick is hotter than fish grease.
Well, I'll tell you what, fish grease, Crisco oil, whatever you want to call it. Somebody better find him.
He's got 10 points. A timeout called by Paul Glasgow and the O2 All-Stars, 35-22. So they'll talk things over. We'll bring in Denisha Provo here, and Denisha will talk a little bit about the tournament, the Peace Tournament. And a couple of minutes to speak about the tournament. Welcome, Ms. Provo. Thank you for jumping on. Very important weekend here for this Peace Tournament here at the Holmberg Center. And, we've seen some great basketball, but it's all for a great cause.
Yes. I'm super excited. I think it's great. The community's getting together. It's a great fan base. The guys are killing it. Some fun basketball, so I love it.
And you know most of these players.
Yep.
You know them. You watched them. You probably battled against them to help your game go to the high level. As you were a standout at the University of Utah, and now vying for a spot on the Canadian women's national team for Paris 2024.
Yep. Yeah, that's super exciting. A lot of these guys I played with in North Preston, so it's fun. Everyone just coming back and playing, coming out of retirement. But right now I'm just trying to come back from my Achilles injury. It's been about a year now. It's probably one of the toughest injuries I had mentally, more than physically, but I'm just happy to be back on the court and getting back in the swing of things.
And why is this important to the community and us as a whole? We know it's very important to the black community, to all the black communities here in Nova Scotia, as we invite everybody to be part of it. But speak a little bit about why is it important to the community as a whole, not only in Nova Scotia, but around the country?
Yeah. I think it's great for the black community, especially North Preston as a whole. We're all family. We're cousins, uncles, aunts, everyone's related. And I always get made fun of when I'm away, and people are like, oh my God, you're cousins with everyone. And I'm like, because we're from the same community, it just makes us that much closer. And I think it's great. The quality of basketball out here is amazing. A lot of people are surprised and impressed. The turnout of fans has been great the entire weekend. So everyone just to get back, catch up, mingle, and just see where everyone else is in life.
And as this tournament continues to grow year to year, how important is it to try to add a women's division?
Yes, I think it would be great. I think it's definitely needed for the women's side of the things. I feel like they will in the future. Maybe not now, maybe not next year, but I definitely want to push to get the women's involved. I think it's great. Women empowerment, I'm always a big fan about that. And there's a lot of talent, so just get the support from the community that there are some girls that they can hoop too. So I love that.
Well, you are definitely an example of women that can hoop at all stages, at the most very highest stage of our country. And I'd like to thank you for coming on. Good luck.
Yes.
We want to see you. We want to see you there on the national stage, on the Olympic stage.
Yes.
I know it's a lot of pressure, but there's no pressure because you've already been in a situation where it's a pressure situation and you've already been able to handle those things.
Yes, of course. So thank you guys so much for having me. I'm happy to be here, and always love the support from the community, so thank you.
Turnover there. Back the other way comes the O2 All-Stars as Brown is fouled from behind. Let's see what happens here, whether he gets 2 shots or not. 6 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. A 10-point lead for the Underdogs. As Keontae Beals will inbound on the sideline here. Try to throw it in. That's ripped away by Reddick. Reddick now closely guarded by Thompson. Smith gets it back. Good look from downtown. Can't get it to fall. Can't leave that guy open as he can knock it down. Thompson bobbles it. Manages to get it back to Tynes. Tough shot forced by Power. And Smith comes up with it. Smith will slow it up. They'll get into their half-court set. Underdogs with a 10-point lead. All in strength of this second quarter. An impressive quarter thus far by Reddick. Stolen by Brown from behind. Brown lays it up with the left hand. If you're going to try to neutralize Reddick, that's what you need to do.
That's not one of his strong suits, is putting the ball on the floor. And,
Muse had problems with it. They're able to break the pressure. And a wide open look underneath the basket for Colley. Good heads-up play by Power.
got the ball, looked down the floor. That's what you have to do. Didn't put his head down. Didn't put the ball on the floor.
3 balls, good, no good there for Beals. Had a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. Last touched by the O2 All-Stars. More substitutions for both of these sides as Gatlick James will step back on the court. Reddick will sit down. And for the O2 All-Stars, Kellen Tynes comes back along with Simmons. James for 3, had a wide open look, that barely scrapes the rim. Thompson now will try to put the pressure on Smith, gets inside, that's altered by James. Thompson gets it back, once again, can't get it to go. Tipped up by Simmons, another chance, and third time's the charm.
Third time the charm, didn't give up on the play, still kept it going. Score 37-29, they're still in the game,
8-point lead here for the Underdogs. All the pace and tempo in the favor of the Underdogs. Here's Muse, he'll spin in the lane. Tough shot by Muse, and he'll put it up and in. Alex Muse, the former Acadia Axeman. And right back the other way comes Kellen Tynes with more words and results.
Bottom line is you put the ball in the net, you're going to talk, you got to talk, and you're going to put it in the net.
Here's Power. Tynes all over Power. Bottled up, James gets it. Under 5 to shoot. James, nice crossover. Stolen by Brown. Colley's got to put it up to beat the shot clock. Can't get it to go. Good run out. Diggs is down the other way, and he'll lay it up and in, and that'll force a timeout called by Trey Clayton and the Underdogs, and that's what they're trying to prevent. Outstanding play by the 2 teammates at St. Mary's University, and Brown and Diggs.
Yeah, and the thing about it too, also, they're playing hard at one end, and then one guy just leaks out, get the rebound, and get it down the floor. And you at this point in time, you really don't want to be giving up easy baskets.
So it's a 2-possession game here, alongside Mark Parker, Vince Williams on hand, and the entire Maritime Athletic Profiles crew for this final of the men's division. The high school division was close in the first 20 minutes, Mark, and man, what a performance by the team from Markham, Scarborough area. That team was outstanding, and they were led by a young man by Emmanuel Onube. He was outstanding. 34 points, 20 rebounds, and 8 block shots. 2 block shots away from the triple-double.
And the thing about that team is they played together all year round, I guess, from what I understand. So full credit to them. The young men can play.
Fourth quarter Black, the champions of the high school division, defeating Wade Strong. They'll definitely regroup and come back next year to compete in this tournament. Underdogs with possession out of the timeout. Here's Power off the pick and roll. Wide open three for Smith. Can't get it to fall. He's 0 for 2 from downtown, and that's uncharacteristic for Jaden.
Jaden only needs one shot to get one, but that's a shooter. You know, shooter. All he has to do is hit one, and you know the rest will fall into place.
And J-Rel Diggs gets the result Smith was looking for down the other wing. Here's Brown. One possession game. Kellen looked for the tie. Top shot there. It won't go for Diggs. He tried to knock this one up at 39 apiece. Power can't handle the run out. And that'll be a turnover, as the O2 All-Stars once again will have another possession to try to tie this one up.
Well, we've got 2.5 minutes left before the half ends, Daniel. It's what it's going to come down to is quality possessions. What are they doing with the offense? Quality possession. Are they going to come down, make one pass to Jack, or are they going to make a couple passes to score?
Jump shot is good by Brown, and it's a 1-point game. Here's Reddick. Try to get inside on Tynes. Upshaw now. He'll try to take Diggs off the bounce. Left it short. Brown with the rebound. He'll bring back the other way with numbers. Lays it there, and up and in, an easy bucket for Kyrie Thompson. And just like that, they erase a double-digit deficit.
Just like that, Daniel scores 40-39. A minute and 45 left in the half. Just gotta get some quality shots. There you go.
Peter Moses able to benefit off of that nice dribble drive penetration by Marcus Upshaw. Here's Brown now. Reddick closely guarding. Reddick trying to get in arm's length. Moses gets caught in that pick and roll. Wide open three ball for Simons. He can't get it to go. He's 0 for 3 from that distance. Here's Smith. Thought about the three. Nice drop-off pass down low to Peter Moses, and the ball gets stuck in on the rim and the backboard. Outstanding decision there by Smith. The execution just not there for Peter.
Peter's got to go up stronger. You know what I mean? He's that close to that. He knows people is going to be around him. He's got to go up stronger. And he's got to finish that play off. That's the bottom line.
1-point lead here for the Underdogs. Diggs over the timeline, tries to take Upshaw, spins in the lane, rejected by Reddick. Reddick will come up with it. Now Reddick will look to push. Smith with the run out, that pass is deflected. And Diggs with a wide open layup back the other way. So a game of attrition starting to sink in here. The legs starting to go for the Underdogs on the defensive end.
42-41, 35 seconds left in the half. Let's see what happens. Pull up.
Chikwe for three. That's no good. And it's off the foot of Diggs. Good play by Ife. And it'll stay with the Underdogs. They trail by 1, 30.9 remaining. And they had the lead multiple times, a double-digit lead, but in the last 3 minutes, the O2 All-Stars have responded. Upshaw, that's no good. Chikwe rejected, returned the sender. Scramble for the loose ball. Brown comes up with it. Wide open on the run out is Thompson. He'll lay it up and in. 10 seconds now remaining, a 3-point lead. Underdogs a hole for the last shot. 5, gotta hurry. Smith for the tie. And that's off the backboard and rims out. So 20 minutes in the books. It's a 3-point lead here for the O2 All-Stars. They lead it 44-41. We'll step aside, but we'll be back with the third quarter of this championship of the 2022 Peace Tournament. Stay with us. You're watching it here on Maritime Athletic Profiles.
All right, we're getting ready to start the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Closely contested game, 44 for the O2 All-Stars and 41 for the Underdogs. Give it up for your halftime entertainment rush. Wow, Rush. Give it up for the halftime entertainment rush. Put your hands together. Y'all come over here and clap.
So we've been doing 50-50 or look at these boards all week. Half of the money is going towards the scholarship. We partner with Prep Clothing and the Prep Academy to create a scholarship for two students, African Nova Scotia students across Nova Scotia. They'll be receiving an award today. And so we've been collecting with these boards all week.
Welcome back inside the Homburg Center on the campus of St. Mary's University. A special halftime interview with Lindell Wigginton of the Milwaukee Bucks. Thanks for coming on, Lindell. Some time off for you in between Summer League, your individual training, and the upcoming training when it comes to training camp itself. Talk a little bit about your time here back at home. You're here at the Peace Tournament. How important is it for you to take a look at some of the up-and-coming talent, knowing that at one point you were out there running around, participating not in just only in this tournament, but being around here and working on your game?
Yeah, it's definitely important for me. I always like to come back when I'm at my off time, come back and just be in the gym, watch the players, and just be around the kids. Growing up for me, I never really had a role model, that was in the position I was in, and I didn't have really nobody to look up to that was, on the stage that I'm on. So it just means a lot to me to come in the gym and, show the kids that, I'm here. I'm normal like them. I'm a human being like them, and just show them love and, give them confidence to go out there and just be the best them they could be.
And what are some of the things that some of the kids ask you in regards to, your development and how you got to that level?
They ask a lot of questions like, how much time do I spend in the gym? What's it like, playing with, great players? What's it like trying to get there? So they ask a lot of questions, and it's really hard work. It's tough work to get in the position I'm in, but anything is possible. Like I said, anything is possible, and just me going out there and showing them and leading by example, I think they can take a little thing from me and go out there and do it as well.
There's a lot of things that you just said in regards to getting to the level and getting that type of development. If there was just one thing that you would say to a young basketball player that had aspirations to play on any level, what would that be?
Just be you. Don't listen to the outside noise. Just be you. Don't worry about what anybody else got to say. Just be you and follow what you want to follow. Don't lead in no directions of anybody else or anybody else telling you to go in different directions. Just be you and stick to what you know. And if you want to get to the next level, you got to work to get to the next level. It's not going to be anything given to you. So really, that's really it.
A lot of representation in this tournament with your family and your community. You grew up in two proud communities in Halifax, Uniacke Square, along with North Preston, Nova Scotia. Two proud communities that predominantly black folks have grown up in. How important is it to have this type of tournament and have those type of communities, and not only the two that I mentioned, all 50 black communities in Nova Scotia represented in this tournament?
It means a lot. Just everybody coming together. That's what our end goal is, for everybody to unite as one. And I think that's what our end goal is, and it's coming together. Obviously, it's a little rough in the city, but the end goal is to bring everybody together and unite as one. So just a stepping stone in the right direction. Anything for me to be a part and be here is a blessing for me and a blessing for the young guys coming up too.
I appreciate you, Lindell. Thanks for coming on. Good luck in the upcoming season, and you know that we're all proud of you and we're all rooting for you.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, brother. Lindell Wigginton of the Milwaukee Bucks joining me here on this brief halftime. The third quarter underway here at the Holmberg Center. 44-41 is the score to start this third quarter, as the Underdogs trail it. Muse will bring it over the timeline. Here's Reddick. That's poked away from Reddick. He'll get it back, send it over the Muse for three, try to tie it up. Left it a little short. Reddick will try to chase it down. Pull-up jump shot is no good on the baseline by Reddick. And the 0-2 All-Stars will bring it back the other way, and Tynes will finish with the right-hand mark, and very impressive finish there by Tynes. But a halftime full, a lot of fireworks. We had some outstanding entertainment in between the two halves. We also had a nice little interview there with Lindell Wigginton, who, at one point we saw him do his thing out on this court in multiple, situations, either in high school or now the tournament that was very big in our community, the Brian Darrell community, aka the Black Tournament, when he was a young man, and watching his brothers and his father, perform at a very high level in regards representing North Preston. And that young man has definitely represented not only his family, but also his community.
I can remember when he was at Prince Andrew High School, and his brother played before him, Rondell, who ended up going to University of Buffalo and carried himself very well at Buffalo. And, with Lindell going to Iowa State, everybody was, they would ask me, who was the better of the two? Who was the better of the two? And they were that close, but their game was completely different. But full credit, full props to Lindell. He's got an NBA contract. He played in the summer league. He was second-team All-Star, and that's how far his game has come. So, full credit to him. And like you said, he has represented not only his family, his community, the province,
the country.
And the country. Full credit to him.
Yeah.
Full credit to him.
Yeah. And you talk about how far he has come. I went that distance. I went down to see him in the summer league, and I went down there for one purpose, to watch him play. And the game that I watched when I first got there in the summer league, and that would have been a matchup between him and his team, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Dallas Mavericks. And what a game that was. It was a national audience on ESPN in the United States. It also was a national audience here on TSN, and he was mic'd up for it.
Yeah.
And he went off with 25 points, and he was a general out there. You could just feel in the gym, and it was at the Pavilion, the smaller of the two venues at Thomas and Mack in Las Vegas. But every time he stepped off the court and went back onto the court, you could just see how much the Milwaukee Bucks' game elevated. You could feel it. Not only see it, you could feel it.
And I watched him. I'm fortunate enough to have the NBA Network, so I watched him a few times play. And, Daniel, not once did he seem like he was out of place. He deserved to be there. And like I said, full credit to him for getting that contract. And, I'm hoping that, he gets some meaningful floor time, which will, in relation, get him another contract, hopefully more than just 1 year.
Absolutely. As he'll be battling in training camp, as Brown able to knock it down. On the other end, the O2 All-Stars holding on to this 4-point lead. Here's Colley. He's bumped in the act and counted and one. Simmons called for the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot the N1 as Colley gets it to fall. 6:46 remaining here in the third. A highly contested matchup here between the Underdogs and the O2 All-Stars here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. A lot of moving parts in this game and a lot of moving parts throughout this broadcast.
Daniel, I'm going to say this. What it's going to come down to, it's going to come down which team has the more spurts, like a 8-2 run, a 10-4 run. What team does it more often than the other team? That's what it's going to come down to.
Colley can't complete the three-point play. Brown is bumped to making his way towards the rim. And looked like that foul will be on Connor Keefe. He'll pick up the personal. Shea Brown will go to the line to shoot a pair. Upshaw will look to get into the game. As Muse will sit down.
2-point game. 6.5 minutes left, 50-48. And like I said, it's going to come down to what team has the more spurts. When spurts, you break it down into 4-minute segments, or you can break it down into 2-minute segments. What's happening over that point in time. And, as a coach, and you're a coach, that's the thing I look at sometimes. What gave us, this victory, or what gave us this loss. And it usually comes down to spurts, and then that's what's going to happen.
Brown will make the first. He'll go 2 for 2. He's up to 8 points. Shea Brown in the lead. 52-48 for the O2 All-Stars. As Smith will sit down, Upshaw will come back for the Underdogs. Just to finish up that thought about Lindell Wigginton, we forgot about, Derico Wigginton, yes. The older of the three. He was pretty outstanding as well, went on to play some professional basketball in the National Basketball League of Canada.
Yeah, Dip could leap. Put it to you like that. He had a dunk in a tournament here at the black tournament that you had mentioned about. He had a dunk. It brought everybody out the stands. It brought everybody out the stands.
A good gene pool, as their father, Biffy Downing, well known throughout the community. He was also a leaper, very strong player. And I think all three of them took a little bit of Biffy's game and made it their own.
I tell you what, there wasn't a guy pound for pound, size for size, any stronger than Biffy Downing. Biffy, to quote anybody who knew him, Biffy was a monster.
I ran into Biffy and Nicole, Lindell's mother, down in Las Vegas. Here's Chikwe. He'll lose the handle. Collier will pick it up.
5 on the shot clock, Daniel. See what he does.
Got to get it to the rim, and he does. Nice extended layup.
Yes.
And that's what you teach now. I mean, most of the individual teaching is about that extended layup.
Yeah.
And that was executed to perfection there by Jace Collier off the glass and in. Chikwe will be called for the blocking foul as Kellen Tynes continued to be a handle for the defense of the Underdogs.
Today's basketball on the offensive end, Daniel, it goes in 5 words. These are the 5 words that you got to understand. Attack, attack, space, attack, attack. Space meaning that's the 3-point shot. Attack the basket, try to get the layup. Like I said, if there's any one part of the game that suffered, is the mid-range game, the foul line jumper, the jumper inside the paint. Sometimes the jumper inside the 3-point line has suffered a little bit. It's attack, attack, space, attack, attack.
6-point game. O2 All-Stars trying to extend the lead. Keontae Beals has come back along with Diggs. Diggs with a tough step back 3. That's no good. Good closeout by Power. Thompson's on the floor as well for the O2 All-Stars. That's tapped away. Last touch, let's see, by Beals. It will stay with the Underdogs. Gatlick James is out there as well. Pace is not where it was at the end of that second quarter.
But let's see if they do this attack, attack, space, space. You know what I mean? Just us watching it.
Here's Power. Looking for that 2-man game, wide open 3. And that's the part of Rowan Power's game that he continued to work on all 5 years he attended Acadia University.
Yeah. Everybody plays them. Everybody plays for the dribble drive. At some point in time, they're going to start, getting off you and daring you to take that jump shot.
And because he's a lefty, it makes it even more harder to defend off the drive. Beals for 3.
There you go. See, attack, space. Understand what I'm saying? So they 5-0, put 4 guys around the perimeter.
James
attack.
Rejected from behind.
There you go. See
and the putback is there for Colley. Thompson can't get that one to go. He'll slip. Look out. Beals scoops it up. Can't get it to go down. Colley will come back the other way now. He'll drop it off the Upshaw. Gatlick James from way out, almost by the parking lot. Putback's no good though. James trying to chase down his own miss. Thompson trying to sell the foul. And here comes Tynes. Tynes, nice move, hesitation, step through. Can't get it to go, looking for the contact, and he was looking for the foul. I'm not sure if there was one there, as verticality was kind of played in there. I think Colley did a good job of just staying straight up, although he was drifting a little bit. He didn't really bump or alter that shot.
I say this, if the offense initiates the contact, right, you got to give the defense the benefit of the doubt.
Well, it looks like a late foul call, as, I don't know, Robbie Anderson and Brian States looked like they were going to have a conference, but nevertheless, Kellen Tynes will go to the line to shoot 2. So he did get that call. The whistle was late and kind of was overruled by the younger official, as you have 2 experienced officials on the court. And Robbie Anderson and Brian States, for these gentlemen, have done basketball and the second and third highest level of basketball in this country. Tynes with the steal, can't get the go, left it a little short, might have tried to played for the contact, and a little frustration there by Kellen. Should have just attacked the rim and finished.
Just attack. Don't worry about if you get hit, you get hit. I don't know if he was looking to get hit, but you start strong, finish strong. 57-52, Daniel, 3 minutes and 6 seconds left. Once again, let's see if they attack space, attack space, see what they do.
Here's Reddick, who's come back. James trying to take the smaller man, and Thompson bumps him, gets that space. The three a little short by Reddick. He was a house on fire in that second quarter. Starting a little slow here in the third. Diggs 1-on-3, can't get it to fall. Here comes Upshaw. Upshaw, he'll draw the double. Try to rip it away. Very strong play there by Marcus. Moses, though, a little weak with it. That's stolen by Beals, stolen by Reddick. 3-on-1 and an easy layup and in by Chikwe.
Got to take care of the basketball. That's the most important thing. You're not going to win too many basketball games if you're turning the ball over. You got more turnovers than assists. Highland, you're going to be on the opposite end of the score sheet.
3-point game. Brown leaves it a little short. James finds the loose ball. He'll leave it there for Upshaw. Chikwe for the tie, and Chikwe just did that. Ties it up with the 3 ball.
Attack, spaced. You understand what I'm saying? He went down to the corner. Upshaw had the basketball, attacked the basket, and then kicked it out.
So a good start here for the Underdogs. Thompson, though, nice backdoor cut. Great decision there on the dribble drive by Keontae Beals. Here's Upshaw. 2-man game with Moses. Upshaw, step through. Nice Euro, left it short, though. Numbers on the run out for O2 All-Stars. And Diggs with the finish as he used the rim to ward off Gatlick James.
That's right. He went to the other side to protect himself so that the guy didn't have a chance to block his shot. Real strong move.
It's tied at 57, 4-0 run here for the O2 All-Stars. Chikwe for 3 in the corner. That won't go. Batted around. Chikwe races it down. He'll get right back inside, and he'll draw the contact, and he'll have a couple free throws here to get it within 1.
Yeah, well, once again, he's attacking the basket, and guys are spacing, and he had an open lane, so he went right to the basket. Good for him. Got to expect contact. It's going to happen. Once again, I know you people are going to get tired of hearing me say this. Start strong, finish strong.
So, couple substitutions here as Muse will come back for the Underdogs. Simmons will come back. Smith will come into the game for the O2 All-Stars. Diggs will sit down. As Chikwe.
Yeah, 2-point game now, Daniel.
Knocks down both, so that worked out well.
Under a minute left. See if they go 2 for 1.
Here's Thompson. Thompson gets it poked away from behind by Smith. Reddick now on the run-out. Reddick draws the double. Throws up the wild shot off the backboard, ripped away by Smith. Last shot here if they want it for the O2 All-Stars. Thompson inside. Smith out for Beals for 3. Bang! And Beals knocks down the big triple. Great decision there by Smith to kick it out to a wide open Keontae Beals.
Spaced it.
Drop off. And Colley tried to posterize Trey Smith. The hard foul there in the lane. He shakes his head. You're not going to catch me on the post.
No. You're not getting me in here. Nobody's going to be talking about me in that fashion.
1.9 remaining, and Trey Smith, he almost got caught in an N mixed one mixtape.
And you know what, Daniel? You you think about it, you played in the tournament, I played in the tournament, the black tournament. That's one thing you did not want to get posterized, because people will come back 5 years later and say, I was on the baseline when that guy threw that down on you.
Oh,
You know,
forever. It won't be 5 years, but the rest of your life. The three's no good at the buzzer. But nevertheless, it's a 3-point lead for the O2 All-Stars, 64-61.
Yeah.
Not the pace that we were anticipated in the third, but both of these teams got what they wanted on both ends of the floor.
Well, you know what, Daniel, I thought it would be a high-scoring game, but, you know, it's 64-61. Still a lot of time left, 10 minutes. And the thing about it right now, you know, you got to make possession count. You just can't come down now. You know, once again, you're not playing for a trophy. Okay? All right? You're playing for some money, and you got to make possession count.
Yep, you're definitely playing for some cash, and it's unique to most of the tournaments in this area for sure. I don't think there's another cash tournament this side of Montreal.
I don't think so. I haven't heard of anything. You know what I mean? You know, you keep your ear to the ground. I keep my ear to the ground, because usually if there's something happening, you know, somebody will fly something by me, or, you know, say, listen, you know, let's go here, let's go there type thing, right? But no. And the thing about this is going to get bigger and better. This is going to get bigger and better. COVID put a damper on it for the last 2 years. It's first year back, and it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute, but I think next year, you know, we do a better job of advertising it. You're going to see a lot more teams,
Right.
and it's going to be it's going to be well attended.
Start of the fourth quarter. O2 All-Stars with possession. That three's no good. By Tynes, left it a little short. They got the lead 64-61. 10 minutes or more to decide who's walking away with the $10,000 payoff.
And the thing about this here also too, all right, you got to say, okay, who's going to make a big shot? And I'm going to say this: Jaden Smith hasn't knocked down a shot yet, and like, I mean, I think he's going to hit a big shot.
Here is the aforementioned Smith. Nice pass in transition. Uses blocked by Tynes. And Brown will bring it back the other way. He'll lay it off to Smith. That rims in and out. Smith with a second chance. Colley there to alter the shot, but it will stay with the O2 All-Stars.
You take the ball to the basket. You better take the ball to the basket with a purpose. Don't think it's going to be a free ride. You got to take the ball to the basket strong. Like I said, like, you know, I know people are getting tired of me hearing me say this. You got to start strong. You got to finish strong. You know, you're going to get hit, and you know, the good players, it's and one.
Talking about finishing strong, Chikwe had a straight line drive to the basket. Decided to pull up for three to try to tie it up. Didn't work out. And it will be O2 All-Stars possession. Here's Brown now. Keontae Beals has come back. Beals rejected by Jace Colley, and that's what he does. You got to be sure if you're going to go inside with Jace Colley is roaming. And that three ball by Smith will tie it up at 64 apiece. So right on cue, you talked about Smith a little early for Jaden, but that might point him in the right direction to get him going.
Well, he had 3 shots in the first half were legitimately wide open. And I know Jaden, and he'd been mad at himself for missing. All I'm saying, he's the type of guy that, you know, you got to make sure you know where he's at on the floor. And if he knocks down one, it's a parade after that.
Keontae Beals will go to the line to shoot 2. He'll knock down the first. Keontae will make his way down the Trans-Canada Highway and play for Tyrell Vernon and the X-Men. Man, they got a lot of talent going to that school this year.
You know what? You can never have too much talent, but I'm just going to say that there's a lot of perimeter people down there from what I understand. A lot of perimeter people. And there's only 40 minutes in the basketball game.
Only 12 spots.
Well, you can dress 15.
But all 15 ain't getting on the floor.
This is what I'm saying.
That's a pipe dream.
Yep, this is what I'm saying. And even if you play 15 during the regular season, you're not playing 15 when you get to the playoffs.
No. So Jaden Smith finishes at the rim. He's got some words in the direction, maybe not the Thompson, but maybe more to himself to motivate himself. And you mentioned, one of the players to watch in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, you got to
tied up at 66 apiece.
You got to be leery where he's at. You should be leery where he's at, especially if he gets his feet situated.
Trying to take care of the moisture here. We almost got a packed house. I'd say we got a standing room only here at the Holmberg Center. Most of the people on the baseline behind the Underdogs could pretty much fill up the stands on the other side.
Oh, yeah, and there's a bunch of people around us and people on the baseline. So
you see more people here for this game than you would see on, disrespect to the St. Mary's Huskies in their regular season.
Yeah.
But a great venue here at the Holmberg Center on the campus of St. Mary's University.
Space out attack.
Reddick. Here's Colley's got to beat the shot clock. Left it short. And Tynes will clear it away. He'll bring it over the timeline. Here's Kellen. Kellen gets inside. He'll kick it out. Simmons straight to the rim. And his tap back is there by Kyrie Thompson. Small unit out there for Paul Glasgow and the O2 All-Stars, but all 5 guys hit the boards once the shot goes up.
That's it.
Smith for 3. Good challenge by Thompson. Can't get it to fall. Second chance coming up. Cheekway turns it over. Here comes Tynes. Tynes on a run out, and he throws it down with 2 hands. Explosive ups is Kellen Tynes. Not a big man, but he can show you he can leap.
I'm surprised. Very much surprised.
You forgot he could throw it down.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. You motivate him, man. Like, you got to understand. Like, pride kicks in sometimes, man. When you're playing in a tournament like this, pride kicks in. Don't get me wrong. It's not about team basketball sometimes, man. Sometimes pride kicks in, man. So
Tynes forces the timeout called by Trey Clayton and the Underdogs. They trail it by 4, 70-66. Pace starting to quicken up here. Not a high-scoring game for these two teams, but a lot of time left.
All kinds of time, Daniel. All kinds of time. What I said, what it's going to come down to is quality possessions. If you're going to come down, make one pass and jack it, or if you're going to come down, especially if I pass the ball in bounds, you take it and go the length of the court, and you don't look at your teammates or whatever the case may be. I mean, there's 6:51 left in the game, 70-66, all kinds of time. It's just right about now. If I know Trey, I think Trey's talking about quality possession on the offensive end of the floor.
Kellen Tynes, standout from RNS, Montana State. Had a dance at March Madness, the previous one gone by. Now he'll take his game to the University of Maine Black Bears. Here's Colley with the rip through, and he's fouled by Diggs. It'll be side out for the Underdogs.
Now, I'm going to give you a little hint. See who gets to the foul line first. See what team gets to the foul line first.
That puts a lot of pressure on the defense to not foul on the 1v1. Reddick. Smith, wide open 3. That rims out. He had all day to shoot that. He looked like he was a little off kilter there. Wasn't squared to the rim, fading a little bit to his left.
Yeah.
Here's Diggs off the drive. Count it. Beautiful move there by J. Rell as he got up.
Started strong, finished strong. Went to the net with a purpose.
Lead up to 6 here for the O2 All-Stars. Diggs now applying the pressure. Colley trying to answer for 3. That won't go. And Shea Brown rips down the rebound, and he'll bring it over the timeline. Thompson now. A lot of faith they got in Kyrie Thompson, the youngster. Thompson trying to take Muse. Tough shot forced by Alex. Thompson wanted the foul, not getting it. And that's kicked out of bounds, but what great, that's great confidence. You got a lot of guys that played at a very high level at the U Sports level. And you got a guy like Kyrie Thompson, a youngster, that has played outstanding basketball at the high school level, trying to make his name amongst these guys.
And, and I understand that. But I think too also, I mean, like, you know, you got to understand where you're at, what your circumstance, what's the situation. You know, you're on the run, your team's winning. Right about now, all you just want is quality possessions.
Gatlick James gets his shot blocked. Upshaw runs it down, the double. Picked off, here comes Diggs. Diggs with numbers, hesitation, gets into the body of Power, who's checked into the game. Poked away by Tynes. Now Thompson.
He's got to make a good decision. He's got to make a good decision.
Try to take Power. Gets it inside. That
Great
was
pass.
a good decision.
Great pass.
The execution not there as Simmons unable to come up with it.
You made a great decision. Got the basketball squared up. Came to the middle of the floor. The court opened up and made a great pass. Unfortunately, young man didn't catch the basketball.
And Upshaw makes them pay down the other end. He'll knock down a three. And Marcus Upshaw, no stranger to the big moments in big basketball games. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Upshaw, the transfer, going to St. FX. Started out here in the AUS with Acadia University, then went on to Toronto Metropolitan University last season. And now he'll take his game down the road, as we mentioned. A lot of guards.
A lot of guards.
Going to be heavy in that backcourt for Tyrell Vernon, but you got to be happy about that if you're him.
Well, you can never have too much. You know what I mean? You can never have too much. You know, the more the merrier, as they say, but.
Nice move there by Shea Brown.
Yeah.
If you're Jonah Thompson, you got to be happy that he's coming back along with J-Rel Diggs.
Yeah.
Two battery mates in the backcourt. James with a big three, and he knocks it down.
2-point game.
So Gatlock James, who's also down the Trans-Canada Highway in Antigonish playing for St. FX. Feels like St. FX and St. Mary's here.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't want to be any of those coaches having to make, especially at X, having to make a decision about, you know, who's your top 8, who's your top 7, or whatever the case may be. So.
Here's Tynes. That's off his foot. Look at the hustle there by Rowan Power. But we're not surprised. We have seen it from Rowan Power since high school. So the Underdogs possession here, a 2-point deficit with 3:55 remaining. A little lackadaisical play there by Kellen Tynes there.
But the best thing about it, it wasn't out of bounds. It was a shot clock violation.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Rowan, you know, full credit to Rowan Power going after it. 74-72. It's all about quality possessions now on the offensive end of the floor, Daniel. Yeah, all about quality possessions. Who's going to have a quality possession?
James is out there. Upshaw, Reddick, Cawley, and Power for the Underdogs. For the O2 All-Stars, it's Thompson, Simmons. Brown's out there, Diggs, and Tynes. Backdoors Power. Pump fake, gets bumped, and Power will go to the line to shoot two. Outstanding look there. Off the dribble drive to find Power cutting to the rim.
Well, it started off with what? An attack dribble. Right? He didn't settle for the three-point shot, didn't settle for a jump shot. He attacked the basket. Rowan Power spaced, and then came in and got involved in the play.
Power will go to the line, shoot a pair to try to tie this one up.
Yeah, they say left-handers should be able to shoot. You know, so knocked down the first one, 74-73, 3:41 left in the game. Daniel, see what happens. Tie game.
So Power able to get the job done on this sequence. Let's see what the O2 All-Stars have on the other end. Here's Tynes. Tynes gets Power in the air. Beals. Thompson. Thompson to the rim, and he'll bank it home. Young man, not afraid of the big moment.
That's it, but it's a good decision. You know what I mean? Put the ball on the floor, went to the neck, attacked the basket. You know, didn't try to do anything out of the ordinary.
Here's Upshaw. James, closely guarded by Diggs. James to the rim. James with the floater. Good move there by Gatlock.
Yeah. Finished. Tie game. 3 minutes left in the game.
Brown's bumped there by Reddick, so Shea will go to the line to shoot two. And that'll be the third team foul. on the Underdogs as we're creeping on bonus situation for both of these teams.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Brown will step up. He'll use all of that rim and a little bit of the backboard to get one to fall. Next one coming up as free throws. As you mentioned, they're going to be part of this outcome. Second one, nothing but net. Another lead change, and 0-2 All-Stars up. One possession game. Here's James. James spins in the lane, loses the handle, draws the double, stolen by Beals. Keontae on the run out. Keontae gets into the body of Jace Colley, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
I think what happened there too, once the ball got up top, you know, players just stood around, and what happened, they saw the mismatch on the orange team, and they came into the paint, said, okay, if you're not going to beat us off the dribble, you know, kick it out. And what happened was he didn't kick it out, dribbled it one dribble too many, and consequently lost the ball.
Beals knocks down the first.
Tell you, it's foul shots, Daniel.
Yep,
It's
big
foul
time.
shots, foul shots.
They're playing into this outcome, and it's been happening since the opening tap. Beals knocks down Bolt, lead back up to 4. Upshaw now.
All kinds of time. All kinds of time. Don't have to put up anything bad.
Upshaw spins. Chikwe can't get away from Diggs. Here's Colley. He'll spin.
Yeah.
Almost loses the handle, but Kyrie Thompson will be called for the reach. And that'll be the third team foul for the 0-2 All-Stars. Power will inbound side out. Upshaw off the screen. Colley in the lane. Teardrop, and Colley able to float it up and over Kellen Tynes.
Smart move. Went right to the basket, didn't settle for the jump shot.
Thompson can't get it to go. Rushed that shot on the left side. Here's Upshaw. Upshaw straight to the rim, rejected by Tynes. Tynes with numbers with Thompson. Thompson for 3. That won't go. Tynes with the rebound. Pump fake. The Beals up and in.
Great decision. Great decision on Kellen's part. Pump fake. Could have kept it, put it up himself. Did a little bit of a pivot. Got the ball to the other side.
So Trey Clayton calls timeout for the Underdogs. They're trailing at 82-78. As Thompson, the young man from North Preston, Nova Scotia, the catalyst on the offensive end. Like I said, you got to give it up, give props to him, try to knock down that 3, but it's been the steady play by Kellen Tynes, who's right the ship for the 0-2 All-Stars when things got a little bit undone, along with Shea Brown and J-Rel Diggs.
Yeah, and the thing about it too also, right now, see, it's a 4-point game. You know, don't get too excited because you're down 4. Come down once a game. Spread the court, look to attack the basket. You got to go hard, right? Put the ball in the hands of your best ball handler. Look to go to the net. Somebody cheats. Look to kick it out. If it's a long closeout, with a pump fake, might be able to get by him. If he doesn't close out, you got the shot.
If you're an 0-2 All-Stars, you're not in a hurry to get into your offense. You're trying to use pretty much most of the 24-second shot clock, but playing aggressively and not, settling for that 3 ball. If they're the Underdogs, you got to get into the offense. You got to get some quick hitters here and defend on the other end. Here's Reddick. He'll spin in the lane, try to get that space.
That's what I'm saying.
And right there, he'll bank it home.
See what I said? Got to attack the basket, which he did. Great decision. Scored. 2-point game. Minute 34 left. Should be interesting to see now because the orange team should get the ball in Kellen Tynes' hands.
As Keontae Beals will inbound on the baseline. Shea Brown's out there. J-Rel Diggs. Kellen Tynes.
And Kellen's going to want the ball. Kellen's going to want the ball.
Along with Kyrie Thompson.
Okay.
Brown will get it on the inbound.
All right.
Big possession here coming up on the offense and defensive end. Here's Brown. Brown crosses over Reddick. Brown to the rim, rejected by DeAndre. As he was able to get back in the picture there, it looked like he was put on skates, but nevertheless he stayed with it defensively.
Yeah, 11 seconds left on the shot clock, Daniel. Let's see if they pay attention to the shot clock.
Important inbound on the baseline here for the 0-2 All-Stars. One possession game, leading it 82-80. They'll clean up the floor here. Colley will inbound on the baseline. Keontae Beals will inbound it. Colley, Power, Reddick, Chikwe, and Muse on the floor for the Underdogs. Inbound to Brown. Brown on Power. Under 10. Brown trying to go to work. Tough shot forced by Power. No good. Offensive rebound here by Diggs. He got caught in the air and bailed out by Muse, it looks like. Didn't have to go right back up. Probably would have just pulled it out on a reset.
Yep.
But nevertheless, he gets bailed out by Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
And Jay Rell will go to the line to shoot two.
Shoot two. Still a lot of time left, though. Minute 9. Still a lot of time left. He knocks these down. It's a 4-point game, but there's a lot of time left. A minute.
So the Underdogs are over the limit. 0-2 All-Stars will shoot free throws the rest of the way on every foul call. Diggs goes 1 for 2.
Okay.
Remains a one possession game. Here's Reddick. Reddick now two-man game with Colley. Muse thought about it.
9,
Colley
8.
under 10. Here's Colley. He'll spin, draws the double. Colley, and Colley's fouled by Thompson.
Yeah.
And he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Did the right thing. Did the right thing. Had a smaller guy on him. You know, didn't settle for the three. Backed him down, took it. Was strong with the basketball. Now he's got to finish the play off.
So 47.7 remaining in regulation. 3-point game. A couple big free throws coming up here for Jace Colley. Colley drops the first. Second one coming up for Colley. Standout here at St. Mary's University for the Huskies. Ice water in his veins, and he knocks down both. So timeout called by Paul Glasgow and the 0-2 All-Stars. He's got the option to either inbound the basketball in the backcourt or advance it to the front court. If you're Paul Glasgow right now, what are you talking about when it comes to strategy? The most important part would be the inbound.
Yeah, I would take it. I would take it to the base. I take it on the baseline because if you advance it to half court, doesn't the shot clock go down to 14 seconds?
And plus, it gives you not many options to throw it inbounds when it comes to the full length of the court.
That's right. You can't go backward. I would take it on the baseline, and I would tell the guy who's taking the ball out of bounds, you can run the baseline. All you got to do basically is set a screen. The guy who sets the screen come back to the basketball. So I would have Kellen go set the screen. Guy comes off the screen and have Kellen come back to the basketball. Kellen gets the ball, so everybody get out. Just get out, get away from him.
So you're giving it to Kellen. You're drawing something up for Kellen Tynes to get the ball on the inbound.
Yeah.
And if you're the Underdogs, you're trying to steal it.
Yeah.
If you can't, are you fouling right away and turn this into a free throw competition?
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that.
So 47.7 remaining in regulation, a 1-point ball game. The 0-2 All-Stars holding on to a 1-point lead. Beals will inbound on the baseline. Brown's in there, Tynes, and no resistance. I guess they're going to play here the whole 24.
I'm surprised.
So different strategy for the Underdogs. It may come down to this possession. Here's Brown on the drive. Brown gets inside, throws up a wild shot.
Yeah.
He was looking for the contact on Colley, but you got to give it up to Jace. He didn't commit the foul.
Didn't commit the foul. But the young man should have gathered, come to a 2-foot stop, gathered, and put it up.
Gatlick James in the game now as Power will sit down. Gatlick will inbound. So James will inbound on the baseline. Muse is in there. Reddick, Cauley, and Chikwe. Oh, stolen by Brown. Blew the layup. James rips it away. A scramble for it. Ball's loose. And trying to call timeout is Keontae Beals. You can't do that in FIBA.
No, can't call timeout.
I think Keontae thought he was in the United States and tried to get a timeout call, so it'll be a jump ball. Let's see where the possession arrow favors. Can't really see it as everybody's in front of it, and it will go over to the Underdogs as things look kind of undone and sloppy. A bad inbound pass by Gatlock James, who came in for Power. He'll sit down now, and Power will come back.
But it was a soft inbound pass, okay? It was a soft inbound pass. You got to, put the guy who's going to catch the basketball in a good position. You don't throw a lob pass. You can't throw a soft pass. The guy's coming hard to the basketball. Get him the basketball.
Try to throw it away from your own rim as well.
Yeah.
And he almost gave up that easy bucket. They were able to dodge that bullet, but some late fireworks here at the Homburg Center. The final here of the 2022 Peace Tournament here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. And it's some outstanding basketball this afternoon. The high school final going to the team from Markham, Scarborough, Ontario. Fourth quarter black in a dominating fashion, 92-61. But this one here in the men's division, the O2 All-Stars and the Underdogs. O2 holding on to a 1-point lead, 26.1 remaining in regulation. James is back in the game, side out. This time he'll inbound. Lots of faith here by Trey Clayton to put him in the game. He'll throw it in. He'll get it to Reddick. 2 seconds on the shot clock, game clock. Reddick to the rim, and he'll lay it up and in.
Gotta get it in, get up the floor.
Here comes Diggs. 15. Diggs gets inside. High off the glass, no good.
That's it.
Got a foul. Muse slipped. Tie up, and possession arrow will favor the O2 All-Stars. So a 1-point lead here for the Underdogs. 8.2 remaining. A timeout called by the Underdogs. I'm not sure if they have one, and that will be their last. Trey Clayton, not sure where he's going, but he's going to Bryan State's looking for an explanation. But if you're the head coach right now, you're trying to draw something up here. You got $10,000 on the line.
Yeah.
You're trying to keep your head, keep your cool, and try to draw something up. And we'll go back to the playbook. And the most important part with 8.2 is that inbound.
Yeah, you got to get the ball in bounds. You don't get the ball in bounds, you're not doing anything. That's rather obvious. But the other thing is, once he gets the ball in bounds, it's the spacing. It's the spacing.
Are you attacking and kicking?
No, I'm attacking.
Now, the O2 All-Stars, they don't have any fouls to give.
Yeah.
So the next foul, it's going to be pressure-packed situation.
Yeah.
Whoever gets fouled from the Underdogs will have to go to the line and essentially might try to win it from the free throw line.
Well, the other thing is, too, also, the guy who has the basketball, if he turns his back, I wouldn't be surprised if a double comes. You know what I mean? If a double comes. He's taking it out on the side in front of us here.
So Reddick, Cauley, Power, Chikwe, and Muse will defend. For the O2 All-Stars, it's Beals, Thompson, Brown, Tynes, and Diggs. Here's Brown. Brown inside. It's blocked by Power, and that should do it. And the Underdogs will hold on, and they'll win it. 84-83. It came down to a 1v1, and Rowan Power won that matchup.
And the thing about it, see, Rowan Power was probably the strongest guy on the defensive end of the floor. And, I mean, if you're going to go at Rowan Power, you got to go at Rowan Power with authority.
So the final here, as the Underdogs able to knock off the O2 All-Stars down the stretch. It came down to 1v1 on the dribble drive, and they were able to get it done. But DeAndre Reddick bailed out this team in the second half. Things weren't going their way. They had a double-digit deficit. He knocked down some big shots in the third, and his drive to the basket was the deciding factor in this ball game.
Well, see, the other thing too, also, I thought that maybe they would have screened on ahead of a ball screen to help the individual out, but they left him alone, and he went after him. And Ron Power is a strong young man. Like if you're going to go after Ron Power, you got to go up with authority, and he created contact just to get it to the net.
Congratulations to the Underdogs as well as the O2 All-Stars in an outstanding final here of this 2022 Peace Tournament here at the Hamburg Center. Came down to the last few possessions, and the Underdogs able to get it done. Their team name, the Underdogs.
Yeah.
They're able to knock off the O2 All-Stars and capture the title. So $10,000 will go their way. They'll split it 9 ways, or maybe 11, 12. Who knows how many guys were on that roster, because a couple guys were unable to play this game. But nevertheless, they'll have anywhere between $500 and $1,000 to spend
for a weekend of fun.
Absolutely.
A weekend of
and
fun.
Outstanding bragging rights. As this tournament will continue to grow, and we'll probably get a girls and women's division. That'll be great to see down the stretch going forward, but nothing but growth in this tournament. Your final words here, Mark, before we sign off.
Well, it's like you say, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. I mean, COVID played a big part of this not being held for a couple of years, but now they came back. You couldn't ask for a better game, 84-83, and a couple teams dropped out before the tournament began. But I think next year this is going to get bigger and better. And like you said, hopefully that we can get the young ladies involved, get them involved in the tournament. But all in all, it was a great 3 days, 4 days of basketball.
Well, that'll do it here at the Hamburg Center. For my producer, Clark Swim, and my director, Tyler Deacon. For Mark Parker, I'm Vince Williams saying thank you for watching the 2022 Peace Tournament here at the Hamburg Center. And thank you, and so long from Halifax, Nova Scotia. We'll see you next year.